Okay, so right out the gate here, this is a standard tuning interpretation. I suppose if this gets a good enough response, we can dive into the low B flat tuning. But for just this purpose here, as an experiment to see how many people we can just get right into this video, I'm just doing a standard tuning interpretation. Definitely different vibes on this. All that low stuff, not so much. Okay, so this initial arpeggiation, definitely a bit of a stretch here. Alright, so we're going to have 6 on the E, because basically we're playing two notes that are right next to each other, and it's B and a B flat, and we can't really make use of any opens to get that, so it's kind of a pain to make it work. So that's kind of where their very specific low B flat stuff helps. But for our purposes here, if you're good at the stretch, you can make it happen here. We got the 6 on the E, a 2A, and a 6D. And if you can't make this happen, then you can just kind of sacrifice some of the notes ringing over top of each other, and you can just do like the 1 on the A, then go 2A to a 1 on the G. Okay, and then you can just get the 4 up here on the E like this. Alright. I like to keep the notes ringing over the top, and I don't mind the stretch, so I do this. I got the 6E, 2A, 6D. Just pick right through them. Okay, let's go through that 3 times, and then we just shift the bass note from that 6E to the 4E. Keep the notes under it. Alright, now into this first riff here. Just as trying to compensate for the lack of dropped low vibes, here I'm doing just a really big compounded B flat power chord just to try to get it as bassy and big as I can here in this tuning. So basically we'll have our B flat power chord at the 1A, 3 on the D and G, but I'm also going to add this low F octave with it, just like I said, to fill out the bassiness as much as I can. So instead of having, just the regular B flat power chord, now if we throw in this low F with it, just kind of fills it out, trying to compensate for the lack of dropped tuning. Alright, and it's just this real staccato pattern here. We hit it once, cut, 1, 2, 3, 4, stop, 1, 2. Okay. And if you palm mute it a bit, you even get a little bit more of that bassiness vibe. Alright, so go through that a couple times, and then after the 2 times of that, then we do this harmonic at the 4th fret of the E, and I kind of make the octave shape, the 4 and the 6 on the D there. Alright, if you want, you can just hit 4s on all of it. No big deal. Okay. And then basically we just do the initial part twice again. Alright, and then we get some really light kind of volume swell notes into the verse here. And it's just basically doing an open D, 3 to 4. Go down, do a couple bends at the 1 on the D. Back to the open D, 1G, 3G. Back to the 4D. And then the bends at the 1. Right, and now into the pre-chorus section here. Alright, we're going to be doing this a little bit higher of a scale, so slide up to 3G to 1. 1, 2, D, and then do a big compounded B power chord at the 2, A, 4 on the D and G, with the extra F sharp octave on the E here at the 2. And with this, it's 1, 2, 1, 2. Little hesitation. Once, twice, twice. Alright. Alright, go through it again. We do our all the way to our 1, 2, 1, 2 on the B power chord. And then we slide up, hit this E flat 6 on the A, hit it, bend it, release. Alright, and then just back to the B flat, or the B power chord, the 2 and 4s, with the 1 2 1 2. Alright, the bridge section here, we have this playing around some octaves, and we'll start up here at the 11A 13G, and that's the octave shape we're looking for there with the A and the G string. Alright, so we do the 11 13, slide it up to 13 15, hit that a couple times. Couple more, slide it back down to the 11 and 13, couple more there. Alright, then we drop down here, we slide the 5 and 7 up to 6 and 8. Okay, give that a couple strums, couple more, slide it up to 7 and 9. Couple there, hit it down to the 5 and 7, couple more, down to the 2 and 4. Alright, and then just to wrap up that bridge section, one guitar stays doing the original section, and the other one kind of does like a back and forth with the initial section a little more. The 11 to 13, hang out there, 11 to 13, just go back and forth between that a couple times. And then we just do 11 up to 13 and 15, and then keep it going to 14, 16.